Hello everyone, and today is a big day because our journey in Ark Survival Evolved Story Mode is going to come to an end. Yes, that's right. Today I'm going to be showing you Rockwell Prime on Alpha difficulty solo on official difficulty settings. Now this is going to be a pretty long video. I am going to be showing you the boss fight. I'll be showing you how to go to the terminal to reach the boss fight, what you need to actually unlock the boss fight, and what are the different preparations that you need to actually face Rockwell in his alpha form. First of all, I'm going to show you my preparation. So, I told you in my beta video that I have something special for the alpha, and here it is. Yes, that's right. You may know this from my videos on the island, on Scorched Earth, and not on Scorched Earth, from Island, from Genesis, from Extinction. Yes, this is that special army that I have. My Therizino army that has been conquering bosses all over the different maps. And along with side my own Utyrannus. And I want to show you how easily a Therizino army can completely destroy Rockwell Prime. You do not need Reapers and you do not need to breed an army of Shadowmains. Therizinosaurs are the perfect boss creature in this game. Now, alongside my army of Therizinos, I also have other things. For example, I have two sets of Riot armors. Both of the sets of Riot armors have pieces which are below the 470.4 armor limit for Riot armor on official servers. And instead of relying more on armor, I have given more emphasis to durability. As you can see, the durability is very high. I've gotten most of them from purple orbital supply drops as well as some of the Genesis 1 missions and alpha difficulty. And to make sure this mission is even more special, I have made sure that the armor that I'm going to be wearing has the Homo Deus skin in it, because according to lore, this skin is the perfect skin for this particular fight. So we are going to be fighting Rockwell Prime on a character that looks like a Homo Deus, that is load efficient to how Helena Walker looks like after extinction. Other than that, I also have an Ascendant Tek Bow below the 298 limit. I also have an Ascendant Tek Rifle below the 159 limit, and these two will be used to help out my Therizino army take out Rockwell Prime. Now I also have grappling hooks, and you know what I'm going to do regarding them if you have watched my video on the beta Rockwell Prime. I'm going to safely go to a very high place, and then on that high ceiling I'm going to be shooting from Rockwell Prime from there safely without any of the acid attacks and tentacles attacking me. Now I also have Kalian soup, and I also have a cold canteen. This is to make sure that I do not get very hot with the negative hypothermic insulation of the Riot armor. And I also have a couple of made brews and parachutes. Okay, this was about it for preparation. I also have a suit of Federation exoskin armor. This is because these armors do not have any durability. So if my armors get destroyed, my normal armors get destroyed, I will still have a Federation exosuit skin that has a combined 100 armor, which will be kind of like an Ascendant saddle for any of the dinos. Now, that was the preparation. What about going to the terminal skin? Sorry, what about going to the Rockwell Innards? So, you need to go to Rockwell's Innards. To do that, you need to come here. As you can see, it is in this, close to this metal outcropping and close to this river. There are two entrances, one in the left and one in the right. And I'll be using the left entrance as always for entry, and the right entrance for exit later on. And to unlock this mission, you also need 24 mutagen that I do not have, so I'll be eventually bringing that over. The reason I have not brought the 24 mutagel will be evident to you once I go inside it. Because not only the 24 mutagel, I also need veggie cakes for my Therizinos, which I have not brought. So I'm going to do this run outside the video, and I can skip this part so that you don't have to see the monotonous part of it. Right. So to actually start this video, to actually start the boss fight, you need to be able to complete all of the missions on Alpha difficulty. And some of these missions are very difficult, like Alpha Bulb Dog Fetch and some of the Downriver Run, Survive the Ark, but you need to complete all of them on Alpha difficulty. Okay, so now that we know the preparation, I'm going to go to the Innards biome and show you where the terminal is. I have put timestamps in the video description, so if you want, you can skip the different stages of this particular video, because a lot of you guys already know how to enter this Innards biome and how to actually go to the terminal. In that case, you don't need to actually watch this part of the video. As you can see, there is nothing here. This is the terminal, by the way. This is the terminal, and it's situated in the main part of it. Of course, I need to kill these guys. Anyway, so this is the terminal, and as you can see, I cannot unlock it because I need to get 24 mutagen. And also, I'm also going to be needing veggie cakes for my Therizinosaurs, which have prepared from my base. I have not carried them into the mission, and I cannot show you these things in the video because I will be encumbered with it. So I'm going to see you guys in a bit, and in the meantime, I'm going to get the mutagen, I'm going to get the veggie cakes, and I'm going to make sure my Therizinosaurs are well properly lined up. So see you guys in a bit. And we are back, and as you can see, I have added a few things, and I've also made a couple of changes to what I did when I started the mission. So the changes first. So as you can see, I said I'm going to do it with the Reaper, with the Uranus, but I swapped the UT with the Reaper because I felt that the Uranus's courage roar and other functionality may not help in this case. In any case, on official server, you cannot use the auto courage roar functionality according to some of my sources. So I swapped it with my Reaper, and here are the stats. It is max level, by the way. Now for each of my Therizinosaurs, I have added 10 sweet veggie cakes. These are all in group 3, while my Reaper is in... these are all in group 1, while my Reaper is in group 3. Next up, I have also brought in 24 mutagens. All I need to do now is swap to the default armor. Wait, but this has to be there. Anyway, now we can start. So I'll be mostly handling the Reaper, while my Therizinosaurs will act both as distraction as my army to take out the corrupt survivors and finally Prime.
Some of the controls are still up and running, though I'm locked out. But you should still have access. You know, in the event of emergency and a colonist revives early, blah blah blah, etc, etc. Crew's all dead, you're revived, and the ship's been turned into meat. Seems like an emergency situation, right?
Alright.
There you go. Now you can use your access to get mine back.
As you can see, I have turned on potato mode for my graphical setup, disabling all of the graphical enhancements that I usually play on. This is because the Rockwell Prime arena is very taxing on resources and it's very unoptimized.
Yes, I'm back in again.
Now, I could run through the whole, but I'm not running. I'm slowly walking. This is because if you have an army behind you, it is always good to make sure the distance between you and your army is as less as possible, because if not, they are also going to run after you, and when they run, they are going to get stuck in different obstacles, and that will be very difficult for you.
Please no, I don't want to die, etc, etc.
You might say I could have used my Reaper army, the 4 Reapers that I had, but I wanted to show you the traditional approach of doing this mission with the army that you generally use in a boss fight.
I mean, honestly, with those beady little eyes and that slack jaw. You're like a vole that tunneled into an abattoir. And I'm afraid it's far too late for you to try scurrying back out again.
I don't want to trigger the regroup part yet,
Seems pretty sure of himself.
unless this conversation goes away. This happens a lot. I've seen this happening a lot, in which you are at the correct place and yet this trigger has not happened. And see, this time it has happened. This happens a lot. You need to just go to the previous checkpoint and then start. Now, battle starts.
I suggest starting with all these nasty tentacles.
There is the third one.
Must have struck a nerve if you got him to set his hand up a meat puppet to swat at you himself.
Oh, you're one to talk. How long has your latest puppet here even been thawed out? Your weapons are pitiful against me. You are nothing but an ant trying to bite at the toes of a god.
You need to trigger this conversation by hitting the first Rockwell node a couple of times.
Rockwell? Ugh, all this power really has gone to your... heads? But he is right about one thing, Survivor. We're gonna need more firepower. Good thing I went exomech shopping in the ship's fabrication catalog. Hey, you gave me access to the ship's systems. This model comes with a phase cannon option that just happens to interface with yours truly. And it should be able to run right through most of those waggly bastards.
Almost felt that one.
Don't listen to him. You're doing great.
Surprise! I've been making my own people. My new children. Oh, just look at them go. Aren't they cunning? I needed a new crew for my ship since the original ones were torn to pieces. Something tells me this lot will be better listeners and much better behaved.
Nice going, Rockwell. You left all their guts on the outside.
Is it too much to ask that my critics appreciate a little artistic license?
You're all out of charge. Back at full power.
Still waiting on those pleas for mercy.
Really? Another puppet show? Did you already forget how you split the first one? Not again. This is kind of like whack-a-mole.
Anyway, Alpha seems to be a lot harder than your Gamma and Beta. Significantly harder. There should be one more.
Oh no, one of them just came back to life.
I would love to find a way to get away from this, but apparently to escape the
You're only making it worse for yourselves!
Yeah, I think you're starting to sweat. Actually, do you even sweat anymore?
let them attack that. In the meantime, I'm going to deal with this fight.
They do say the third time's the charm.
Don't they also say fooled you twice, shame on you?
Alright.
Guess you're not done with that one yet.
Need to check on my armor. Okay, my armor is okay. I have no idea what that is. I'm pressing my mouse and it is behaving erratically.
Ugh, can't those things just stay down? Your cannon's tapped out.
And at the very last moment, this thing happens. Just goes to show how much difficult alpha is compared to gamma and beta.
Up and running again.
Just who you think you are? You're vermin. Rodents nipping at my ankles.
First we're ants, now we're rodents? Definitely getting to him.
It's better to place this guy over here where that thing does not come. So the acid projectiles have a fixed location where they are going to fall. So once you get to know that, it would be easier for you to actually position your exomech. Reaper is the ideal
Final
dino.
chance to grovel. Maybe you can reach some last morsel of human compassion deep inside me.
I think we prefer to blast a few hundred megawatts of force plasma through you.
As you can see from the place I am standing, I am not having to deal with these acid balls. That's what you call death from above. I have no idea what that is, and it's starting to annoy me now. It's seriously starting to annoy me. Should be one more somewhere. There it is.
That one still got some fight.
Alright. So oh, what? No way. Come on. Okay, so the hard part is done.
Cooperate and die.
This was the hard part, and it's now done.
No.
Okay.
No, not you, no. You insist on surviving and making a nuisance of yourselves. All of your tiresome meddling has come to nothing.
Sorry, mate. I gave it everything I got. I don't have any more primary energy to power the exomech again.
You really are Helena Walker. No one else has ever been so singularly irritating.
Okay.
No, not her exactly. Not all of her. But
I
maybe
need
enough
to
of what
now.
counts.
Now that we've arrived at the threshold of my new dominion, I can afford to give you my undivided attention. And this is where your little game comes to an end.
Okay, so we are high above. We can see all of them targeting Rockwell. As you can see, Rockwell does a lot of damage in that particular attack. We should also support our dinos, so that's what I'm going to do.
Go on, waste your efforts.
I could have tried using the earlier 4 Reapers, but I felt that the DPS of a full-blown Therizino army would be good enough.
Not so sure about that. You did say we had your undivided attention. And when we took back the ship's systems, I trapped you in here with us.
I will not allow you to spoil my ascension, my godhood.
Considering they have only 23,000 health, we should be able to pull this through without any casualty.
Won't allow you to steal their future.
I am their future, damn you! Enough! This ends now! And your survival ends here!
Is that
We need to now
desperation I hear?
make sure all of these things are put into my dino.
I've used all my reserves. The exomech is back online. One last step. Get in, blast the bugger, and let's end this survival.
Do this and you doom your precious mission. Because I assure you, I will take this
Just for a moment, in these final hours, it would be a good idea to make sure that our graphic settings are pretty high. We want to make sure that the final moment in Ark is at least at some good quality settings. So from in one hand, we played the battle using potato mode, and now we are going to view the final cutscene using the graphics in which I usually play at. I mean, even the ground cutter density are kept as low.
I'd better start that rig separation sequence now. You know, just in case this doesn't, what? This is it. Let's bring him down together.
Okay, fine.
Combine
Time to go.
forces and hit him where it
Goodbye.
hurts.
And the final boss of story mode is over. Now sit back and enjoy the cutscene.
I can't be defeated by the likes of you! No, no! I am this vessel, and it is me!
Damn! I should have calculated for this possibility. Must have missed a transform on the 15th statistical outcome matrix. Simply put, Rockwell's embedded himself too deeply into the ship's primary systems. They're failing along with him. There's only one way to ensure this all ends here. Sorry, mate. I can't come with. I'm almost out of time to back myself up. You'll do just fine on your own out there. You're a survivor.
Why are you still here? Staying behind to gloat?
Edmund, I'm here to help you end this nightmare.
You did this to me for wanting the same power she squandered. Well, I've survived worse. I promise you, I will find a way out of this, I will.
No, you won't. It's much too late for that.
It's so bright. Helena? I'm afraid.
She knew. Survivor. This is my last message to you, to be relayed in the event of my deactivation. I was only an artificial construct when we first met. Just a shadow of someone who lived a long time ago. But in our time together, I got to become something new. Someone new. Not Helena. HLNA. Thank you for that. I wish I could find the words to tell you how much it meant to me. Human language is so imprecise. But I need you to do something else now. Find your own path. Your own destiny. Build a new world here. A better world. And who knows? Maybe two lost souls can still meet again somewhere. Out among the stars. Goodbye, my friend. Warning. Catastrophic biome vulnerability. Fail. All revived lifeforms require immediate communication.
Respawned again.
Insertion remains successful. Stable payload confirmed. Warning. Emergency evacuation in progress. Docking clamps released.
Something tells me that this is the easy one.
Alright, can't believe this is over, but it's actually over. I'm going to now show you my difficulty settings, and then we are going to respawn back and go back to the Rockwell terminal on the Innards biome and check on our dinos, see what rewards we got, see the health of our dinos and all the other things. I think I can turn down the volume a bit. So here is my difficulty settings. As you can see, difficulty level is 1. All these things are at default. The critical elements single player setting is turned off, maximum difficulty is turned on, and here again you can see that mating, breeding, harvesting, these things have been boosted because I cannot spend weeks and weeks doing trivial grinding stuff. I have a life outside games. But the critical element, that is the difficulty level, these are all set at the default values. This ensures that I get to play the game like on an official server, but without the grind that is there on an official server, and also offline when I need to. Now about the boss fight, I tried 3 different methods. On Alpha, I tried with a full Therizino army of 18 Therizinos and a Reaper. I swapped out my Uranus for the Reaper because the Uranus is mainly a utility mount. All it does is give courage roll to the different Therizinos, and it also protects me. Unfortunately, here I need to move back and forth between the dino I'm riding, sometimes to the exomech, sometimes to away from the danger. This means that I need to move out of my Uranus and again come back. That is not a very advantageous position if you're going to be using a Uranus. Hence, a mount that you can actually use for combat would be better. Hence, I chose the Reaper. The Reaper also is very tall, and because it is very tall, the corrupted survivors will not have enough reach to harm me significantly, whereas on the Uranus they can harm me much better. Also, Reapers have 80% damage reduction, which is equivalent to a 400 armor saddle, very high. Based on my comparison between the three different difficulty levels, I would say that Alpha is significantly harder than Beta and Gamma. Whereas Gamma and Beta are pretty much similar, but Alpha is a lot harder. Because if you have seen my previous videos on Gamma and Beta, I was taking out the Rockwell nodes in one continuous hyper beam blast on Gamma and also on Beta, but on Alpha there have been times in which I had to take two shots. I mean, I had to do 2 rounds or even 3 rounds just to make sure the Rockwell node is dying, because the Rockwell node's healths are also increased. The amount of damage that the other things like corrupted dinos, I mean the corrupted survivors take is also increased. All these combines make sure that I get to do the same things over and over again until I whittle down its health. Now you might be asking me why Therizinosaur. Well, ideally the best dino in this particular fight would be the Reaper. An army of Reapers is the best fight. Shadowmans, people are saying Shadowmans are good, but no, I would say Therizinosaur are much better than Shadowmans. The reason is, this is a fight in which your dinos are going to be constantly taking damage from the acid attacks, and especially at the end from Rockwell Prime's main attacks, which do 5000 damage on a full ascendant armor saddle. So Therizinosaur are herbivores, and because of that they can heal 2100 health by veggie cakes, and they are the most powerful herbivores that you can actually take in this battle. And thus, using the power of veggie cakes, Therizinosaurs are much better than Shadowmanes, Rexes, or even Megalosaurus, because you can actually use Therizinosaurs more like an endurance dino. You do not need to pump a lot of health on the Therizinosaurs compared to say a Rex. Okay, you probably know this part because I have done the same on Gamma and Beta. I am going to spawn in my sleeping pod, check on my implant, and well, let's see. First of all, here is the main thing, this little thing, Alpha Gen 2 implant, Rockwell. And well, these are my heavily mutated Argentavis. As you can see, they are level 420 and they were born at 332, which means they are very powerful. Anyway, that is not the point of this video. As you can see, these were my Reapers. Hello, and as you can see, what happened was my Ark just exited. It ran out of memory, or it gave some error that I could not understand. It gave the error stack trace and it just exited. And I have to respawn again, and well, we need to go to the Innards biome and check on our dinos. But before we go to the Innards biome, we need to also make sure that we have the respective gear for it. By the way, let me introduce you to this guy. This is the guy that made me complete the Alpha Bulb Dog fetch. Very important in that particular mission. It allows you to slow down the various Bulb Dogs, enabling you to capture them much faster. Okay. Next thing I need to do is take a very powerful mount. I am going to take my Giga. And now we shall see how it goes. So we are here. what charge light does is it will also attract seekers, so I'll have to be careful about their aerial threats. I do not have any weapon with me other than my Giga. And we have a as you can see, I made a mess of the entire thing. So let me just cryo it up. As you can see that acid literally killed my Giga. I mean, you make an entire video without losing any times, you make everything perfect, and then this happens. The key thing was I was able to save my army, which you can see is here. The army is perfectly lined up. What I need to do is I need to be able to disable the charge for this. Alright. Here is whatever was remaining. Let me take a couple of made brews. Okay, so as you can see, these were whatever gear was remaining in me, and let's check the status of our tames. Well, that is good to see. As you can see, some of the tames have a lot of damage and some of the tames barely have any damage. The reason is because these things, veggie cakes. So this guy is nearly fully healed and it has 7 veggie cakes that it has eaten, while this guy is at half health and it does not have any veggie cakes, which means that it took so much damage that it had to take all 10 of their veggie cakes. My Reaper, on the other hand, lost 9000 health. This guy also, as you can see, took a lot of damage. So basically, without the veggie cakes, these Therizinosaurs would have died, thanks to those 4000, 5000 per hit attacks that Rockwell does in his final stage. And because of the veggie cakes, I did not lose a single one of them. We have 3-4 veggie cakes remaining in some of them, and some of them have not got any veggie cakes left. Lastly, let's check on our ultimate reward. It should be somewhere here. There it is. Alpha Rockwell final form. And the mutated survivor costume skin. This is the one that you get only if you beat Rockwell Prime on alpha difficulty, and the final form flag. and no more loot. So lastly, if you beat Rockwell Prime, then you should be getting this thing, mutagen spawn delay decrease on alpha. As you can see, my beta is also close by because I completed the beta one more time after the video just to perfect my craft. Now then, now this was my last boss fight on the story mode of Ark. I'm really happy how it turned out, but the story is not over yet. In fact, it's nowhere near over. Well, let me put into perspective. We are not even 50% done. No,
Now, rack off.
because I still have Center, Ragnarok, Valguero, Crystal Isles, and eventually Lost Island, which are remaining. After Genesis Part 2 ends, I am going to move over to the center and do those battles. Obviously, with all of the things unlocked from the story maps, it will be interesting to see, it will be interesting to go back to the first non-story DLC map and play through the center on these, center was a primitive map, so we're going to play through the primitive style but with all the advanced equipment. It will be interesting to see that, and I hope I can see you guys there itself. So till then, thank you for watching, and in the next video I'm going to give you a base tour of my completed base in Genesis Part 2, including why I chose that location and everything else. So till then, stay tuned.
We appreciate it.